Hello, my beautiful munchkins. Currently uploading this 4 trade loss recap of the week. But let's get into it. Strategy refinement. I would have the music on in the background, but I don't want it to be too distracting. Screw it. Um, will just turn it down. Of course, Yay plays. And now I have to turn it up. No, I'll keep it down. I have to resist the temptation. I'm good. Okay, in all seriousness, let's get into it. My dashboard may look a little bit different. Let me explain. Don't trip out. Had all of our losses, and guess what? Realized there was a bunch of stuff within our trading that we did not know because we didn't have a proper trading playbook. Yikes. We created our playbook, but we created it. No, not good. No bueno. What do I mean? I put daily buys, so if I look back at my old video, let's do this. Let's do this together. Okay, okay, yeah. Let's turn on unhook so I stay logged in. Hello. Okay. Sorry, I gotta turn you off. So right here, let's go here all the way back here. So I had market condition, clean price action, daily bias, overall liquidity sweep, strong volume within market structure shift. That wasn't enough. Let me go into it. If we go to my playbook, we see it now. It is completely different with the rules. We have higher time frame retracement, fair value gap, higher time frame liquidity sweep, higher time frame following trend, strong displacement, liquidity sweep, market structure shift, strong displacement, discounted price action. I may change this, may not. And the inverse fair value gap. Let's put this all the way down here. So I have squared out each specific thing before that allows me to develop a trade idea in order to do what? Get full data-driven analytics on it. Now you may be like, well, Lonnie, what do you mean? I got this from Tom Trades. He made a video about win rate, and I took 8 pages of notes. When I mean notes, I mean front and back, and drew out the models he talked about. If your notebooks aren't full, and I wish I had my 8 notebooks with me that are all filled to the brim, but unfortunately I don't. They're at my other place, so I need to go get those so I can show off. I'm joking. Anyways, so now we got a full data-driven based trade strategy, and that is why I went in and inputted every trade and every day that where our trade strategy worked and where it didn't. Well, every day in this month. Yeah, only in this month. I didn't do it every day. That's too much. I only did it in this month. So let's get into it. That's why the data analytics look a whole lot different, but on average, our win rate 56% win rate, 50% win rate, 55% win rate, high profit factor, and all that fun stuff. In all reality, this is a losing trade. This is a loss. 4 losses. 5. But if you want to see all the description of that, you can go watch what video? My trade recap video, because I go all into that. We are no longer focused on doing what? On a profit target or profit at all in general. All I'm focused on is strategy refinement. There's 2 types of factors when winning. There's an external factor and there's an internal factor. The external factor is when you win a trade, right? When you win a trade, your external factor is profit. And note, this profit is subjective. You could change this. This could be $500 if I wanted. So don't think, oh, I did 59,000. I just did this basis for a 100K account because I came from CFDs. The average account people bought was 100K. So I just did that. Anywho, and risking 1%. But you could change this number to whatever. Anywho, with all that being said, what was I going to say? Oh, external, internal factor. The external factor of winning, guess what? You see profit. The internal factor of losing is you learning. Tom Trey said this, so he's like, okay, well, what do you value more? Because if you value learning more, then your losers will be so much more important than your winners. And if you don't go into the mindset with, I love the internal factor of learning. Whenever you take a loss or whenever you take a trade, you'll have that anxiety back behind it because you don't want to lose. If you're not open to losing, you will fear it. And what you fear most, you bring to you. And that doesn't mean, oh, if you fear staying in your environment. No, no, no. I'm talking about in trading because it clouds your mind from doing the proper work you need to do. Why? Because you're focused on P&L. When you're feeling fear within your trading, you're focused on P&L. You're focused on outcome. Habibi. Habibti. So don't focus on that. Going into our playbook. Totally revamped it. Let's get into it. Like I said, all this is subjective, but let's pinpoint the average winner and the average loser. This is around a 2.5, 2.6 R. Oh, well, it says it right there. Okay. Can't even be smart on the camera. But when we go into our playbook rules, you see we really broke everything down. We have our higher time frame fair value gap. So when price action obviously solely only enters, my bad for all the drawing. This is from the trade recap. So when price action enters a higher time frame imbalance, and that is our main confluence for getting our daily bias, what's our win rate with that? How do we properly react to price action? And what other confluences go into that? So we have our follow rate. Typically, we use it 70% of the time. So we use a pretty penny amount of time. And this playbook was put into all of my trades, by the way. So every trade on here has this playbook on it. So right here, we have our follow through rate. Cool. But now, what's most important? No, it's not the profit and loss. Nor is it really the profit factor. It's our win rate. Well, yeah, profit factor is super important. But it's our win rate. What is our win rate with it? Because for anybody that doesn't know my goal for the next year is to get a 70% win rate. A 60 to 70% win rate. I say with engages because everybody thinks it's not engages. Win rate is engages. It's not exactly 55. It's 50 to 55%. So it's in that gauge. So for me, my goal is to get out of that 50 to 55% gauge and get into the 65-60% gauge. Or sorry, 70-65% gauge. And that's next year. That's a whole year's goal. And if I could do that with the risk reward I'm doing right now, oh, we're going to buy my twin turbo Huracan LP610-4 2015. 2017. Yeah. I don't want an Evo. Evo sounds amazing. I just don't like the Evo. I don't know. I've seen twin turbo Evos. The exhaust looks a little weird. And I know you can get the exhaust loaded however you like it, but I just don't like the Evo. That's just me. I like the LP610-4. Not the Evo. Even though, because I know, yeah, there's the LP610-4 Evo. I just don't like the Evo. For ownership. I don't like the new Huracan interiors. Like all the tech in it. I look at it and I look at the, they haven't changed the interior of the Aventador for since I was born. For anybody that doesn't know, I'm 12. Anywho, back to the win rate. So stacking our probabilities. All of this is what is there like toy game? I don't want this to pop up like something sus. Toy game like scale. Please don't be sus. Tom trades did this, so I'm going to do it too. So, playing into our playbook, if we know, on average, we have a 73% likelihood of increased win rate when executing with fair value gaps, and 75%, wow, following trends. So what are we going to do? We're going to throw those two into our favor, and that begins to give us an edge over the market. It's not just, liquidity sweep breakout structure that gives you the edge. Everybody thinks it is, and it pisses me off. Because everybody just watches TJR and they ignore everything else. TJR is insane at trading. He's good. He's a great trader. It doesn't matter what anybody says. He's a great trader. I'm not riding TJR as me. I'm actually TJR's number one hater. my IRLs know that. My close circle knows that. I can't stand him. But Tyler, you are a great trader. I'm joking. I'm not a TJR hater. I'm just like, he gives me autism, and then it makes everything else autistic. Anywho, Everybody just watches his boot camp and it's like, oh my gosh, this is the holy grail. Bro, you guys miss everything else about trading. He's teaching you what you need to know to execute. And yes, sure, there's some psychological things, but you have to go through it. And everybody just tries to go around it. You're gonna have to go through it. Even with a mentor, you have to go through it. The mentor's there to guide you and help you get out of it so you're not stuck in that process. People don't understand that, and so they just watch TGR's bootcamp and think they're set for the rest of their life. No, you have to go out, you have to learn more, you have to understand more. TGR doesn't break stuff down like this. And I'm not saying go to me. No. Just open your mind to more knowledge. Always have a growth mindset, because if you have a stagnant, fixed mindset, once you see something, that's all you'll believe. And look at everybody else on in the world. That's why they are where they are, and that's why they will stay where they are. Right? Or sorry, that's not why they are where they are. Well, depending. There's some things where people are within a growth mindset and they're within a certain position because they know it's leading toward the next. If you're that, you're totally fine. You're actually further ahead than 90% of the population. 99. So anywho, that was my chair, by the way. I did not short my pants. With the win rate, we know, okay, this stacks our probability against the market. All trading is stacking probability. If you go way out the probability, guess what? You'll develop an edge. And when you develop an edge against the market, just know, over time, with data-driven analytics, you can be profitable. It's all mathematical, right? So bam, we know those two. Now, trade idea confluences. So we're starting to garner edge, and I'm emphasizing the thesis of probability so much because the market has the hugest probability against you. You guys go in and think, 50% win rate, not understanding my confluences is going to allow me to be ultra profitable. No. The market has so much against you. You don't even realize. Data, algorithmic trading, or hedge funds, whatever, quantitative hedge funds, whatever you want to talk about it. Your liquidity, you're the easiest liquidity in the world. And everybody thinks they're not because they watch one SMC video or one ICT video, or all they watch is TGR's bootcamp. No. You have a lot more to learn, my Padawan. Even me, because I did all that too. Besides watch ICT. I have not watched ICT video ever. That's not an excuse for you not to watch ICT. I'm not saying he's bad. I'm not saying anybody's bad. Anyways, trade idea confluences. So we see what increases our win rate the most. Price action being within discount. So we're going to begin to apply this within our trading. Cool. This gives us a nice high win rate. What else? Okay, cool. Strong displacement. We want to emphasize these two. And our typical trade entry, liquidity sweep, market structure shift, strong displacement gives us 73% win rate. You see, now we're stacking the probabilities together. We go to our entry criteria. Same thing. Okay, what works the least? Liquidity sweep, order block. Ugh, hate this. But look at our profit factor with this, and look at our profit factor compared to fair value gap with the equilibrium entry. That's a 5x. So, what do we know what to do? Either utilize regular fair value gap displacement entries, or fair value gap equilibrium entries, which give us a very high profit factor and a pretty solid risk reward. These two are subjective. But you see what I'm doing now. Now I'm stacking the confluences and probabilities within my favor. And that's all it is. I wanted to showcase that to you guys and really break that down, because a lot of people don't understand that this is all data driven. Like, this is all data. And guess what? I'm going to lose more. I will lose more, and I want to lose more. The only reason why I got serious about my trading recently, as serious as I did, wasn't because, I'm working a minimum wage job, I want to get out. Screw that. I got serious because, dude, it was as simple as this. It was as simple as this. You would never guess. I wanted to see result. I was tired of sucking diddle balls, especially the balls, at trading, and I wanted to see improvement. And I wanted to see that improvement by any means. Whether losses, whether wins, I was willing to learn from anything. If you're always a student to the game, obviously, eventually you will become a master. But if you're always a student of the game, and you're always having an open mindset of learning, bro, you will grow so much in this life. I know I'm not I'm not a multi millionaire yet and impacting millions of lives, but I tell you this, if you always have that growth mindset, always of learning and knowing you are not the smartest person in the room, it will take you so far in life. Asking questions, asking people who are doing better than you questions, and being open to let your ego down for a second and be like, okay, well, I'm not doing something right. Maybe this person knows. Let me go and ask them. Let me go and see. Let me go and watch their content. Let me go and learn more. Because you have to understand there's infinite knowledge out there. There's infinite knowledge. But just like the saying goes, everybody knows it. With great power comes great responsibility. There's infinite knowledge, but what you choose to learn, who you choose to listen to is very, very important. I'm not saying listen to me. No, I'm a 17-year-old kid behind a screen with making Diddy jokes. I'm the last person to listen to. But who you allow to mentor you per se, and the impact you allow them to have on you, allow it to be a positive one. Allow it to be a positive one. And allow it to be one that helps you to elevate rather than tears you down and stays where you are, right? So I just wanted to make this video just to update you guys where we're going within our trading strategy. If the entire next week is a loser, I don't care. I don't care about losers. I don't care about winners anymore. Trading is not about losers and winners. It's about playing into your probabilities. And I'm emphasizing that so much just so you guys can understand that is what it will take to get profitable. I'm not fully sure yet. There will be more I'm going to learn, and I will learn a whole lot more. I'm not done learning. And guess what? When I got my high-rise apartment and my AMG in my garage and my S1000R, I'm still not done learning. I'm still not done learning. Even when I get my absolute dream Volkswagen thing, or Volkswagen Type 181, whatever you want to call it, I'm still not done learning. Even when I get my Range Rover SVR with the carbon package and black it out, headlights, taillights, tint, ceramic, brakes, rims, I'm still not done. Even when I get my Huracan LP610-4 all-wheel drive and add a forged carbon Performante spoiler on it, coupe, and black it out, the headlights, taillights, and tint. Oh, and I'm bulletproofing all of my cars. I'm just crazy. Yeah. Whoa. Well, the Range needs to be bulletproof. Same for the C63. Anyway, I'm getting off track. Even when I'm at this stage, I shouldn't have said the bulletproof. Sorry, I'm going autistic. Even when I'm, whatever stage I'm at, even when I get my SVJ and my Veyron and my Pagani Huayra Roadster BC, I am not done learning. I am not done learning. Doesn't matter what stage you are. You are never done learning. So never have the mindset that you're done learning. Because there's infinite knowledge out there. And you are an infinite being because you come from an infinite creator. However, that doesn't mean to go consume everything. Be cautious with what you consume. And have, the Word of God says it's perfectly, discernment. Okay, but that's everything I wanted to say. I love you guys. This was an extended video. Go out there, refine your strategies. Don't be afraid of losing. Remember, the internal factor of learning is so much better compared to losing or winning or whatever you want to call it. It's not about, oh, I won, I lost, P&L, I got funded, this, that. I'm living a life like everybody else, making 10K per month, leasing a Huracan, in Miami, dating an OnlyFans chick. No, it's not about that. It's about how are you. Oh my gosh, they're shooting. I'm joking. It's about how are you continuously growing. Am I joking? Every single day. So, love you guys. Continue to grow every single day. Focus on the process, focus on the process, focus on the process, and you won't understand what I'm saying until you actually focus on the process and you're in this situation like me to where you were saying I'm focusing on the process for so long, but really we're focusing on the outcome and then finally got to the point where you just started focusing on the process. Focus on the process, please, but you guys are going to have to go through it too because that's the name of the game and you're unable to learn unless you go through it. So, that was there you go.